I'm still using. Oh, it's gone off for them. Although I'll let them on, but is not finding my camera yet. So I'm just waiting for the camera to start. Just a sec. So you will have a long piece of in your video recording. You'll have a long piece, whatever. So let us start.
Appointments, and we are called Eat with Me. I'm Marjorie, and this is my group. That's Arohi, Sakshi, and Kara. Like all of you guys, I was working till very late last night trying to make a good presentation to impress her, of course. And you know what? I'm now my back hurts really. I'm trying to book an appointment with Helio to visit my GP. Okay, so I'm gonna look for a GP. Oh, yes, this one's close by since I'm new to this area. Okay. I want the earliest appointment possible because I can't take this day. Yes, that's for today. And I want it immediately. In the next 15 minutes, yes, that's perfect for me. Okay, great. That was quick. And now I can finally continue with my presentation. This also gives me a payment. Okay, wow, I'm just going to pay at the clinic. The QR code, that's interesting. I need to show this at the reception. And get a token. This helps me with the queue. So I don't need to be waiting long in line. That's good. Oh, perfect. I can now see my time. Let's go. Great. Now I'm a little peaceful. I can continue with the rest of my presentation. So guys, this is now getting back to the presentation. So this is our work process, the way we went about it. We did our contextual inquiry, interpretation, work model, affinity diagram, persona, and user interface. So this is just a recap of what we've done in presentation 1 and 2 till now. Our initial goals, if you remember our brief, was design a three-way application for doctors, receptionists, and patients. So there were three stakeholders to begin with. The focus of our initial contextual inquiry was all three receptionists, doctors, and patients. We did a total of 14 interviews here. We had 4 receptionists, 6 doctors, and 4 patients. We did this across both male and female, so we had a good bifurcation on that as well, almost 50-50. And we had a good age distribution all the way from 30 to 45 years old. Now, as we moved along to presentation 2, we re-established our goal of from designing a three-way application to designing a service system to help all three, patients, receptionists, and doctors. We did our affinity mapping where we realized that these were some of the details patients usually forget medical files, especially if they're coming back from office. While she waited 3 to 4 hours in Bangalore hospital, it turned into a very long wait. Patients get agitated. These are just some of our findings. Now, just to give you more detail on the key user issues, number one, delays due to queues at clinics. There was unpredictability of appointment, no centralized patient history system with any of the clinics or doctors. Credibility of doctors was an issue on the patient side, and privacy concern of their reports and data on the patient side. Now, from our affinity mapping, which we did in great detail, we realized a lot of key factors. One was fragmented coordination between all the three stakeholders. There was limited communication flow again between the three stakeholders. There was a disconnected medical information access and lack of credibility along the way, and there was privacy and trust concerns. Our target audience, which we now narrowed down to, was elderly patients, caregivers, navigating multi-provider care system. Our secondary audience was patients who are working adults and need easy access to healthcare. And now I'll have Arohi, Sakshi take it forward. So, thank you, Ajay. As she mentioned rightly that there is a lack of coordination and communication a lot between hospitality, right? So, whenever you visit a clinic, you would want that there is care and consideration going on, and it is a healing place where you heal and where you support yourself. But it is a contradictory thing, I think I've observed through our community mapping and user statements that instead of having trust, they all have trust issues with each other. The patient have trust issues on the doctor have trust issues on the receptionist, and the receptionist is just in the middle, just trust issues on both sides. So we have come to the conclusion that it is not the factor of trust, but rather transparency. That there is very lack of coordination between all the three sectors, which leads to this miscommunication and mistrust. So, summarizing all of our findings, we have made a persona called Meera. She is 54-year-old and she's a school teacher and she's also a grandmother. So, this is a comic strip that we made surrounding Meera. So, as you can see, she wanted to visit a doctor for her knee pain, but she first went to WhatsApp or her relatives to get more information about the doctors. She booked an appointment. Then she realized that, oh, the appointment is on the same day as her grandson's birthday. She reached the appointment place and they told her that doctor is not in the clinic yet. So she would have to wait a little bit more. And that overlapped with the timing of the birthday. And she kind of felt frustrated that I wish that she had planned it better or she had a heads up before she went. So these are the problem statement that we have derived from our personas and see like affinity mapping as well. Once again, can we go back? Insufficient patient queue management. We decided to tackle this problem through QR-based management. Go ahead. No centralized system communication can be dealt with real-time updates so that the patient is updated on the problem first hand. Since there is no centralized data, it is also a problem for patient to carry the medical records of long back. Yes. So credibility and reliance is also a concern, especially when you're visiting a new doctor. So a lot of people rely on word of mouth for that. Okay, so this was our initial design flow that we have incorporated. In this flow, we have tried to tackle some of the issues that I've mentioned before. For example, the queue system, we try to tackle it through QR code so that people can scan the QR code and they won't have to wait that long. The
8 minutes done, no? 7 minutes.
Centralized system was tackled through Abha ID. So Abha ID is a government document, government ID through which your all the medical reports are centralized in one place. But then we realized that it is not tackling all of the issues that we are facing as of now. So we tried to go back to a flow of how we do things. So that's when we came up with this this flow of how a person can go through booking with ease. So they start with our application, they book it, they get a QR code, they go to the clinic, they scan that QR code in the clinic, and then they get the token. Either the receptionist can get the token on their PC or phone, and even the users have it. So what the QR code essentially does is it takes your entire information and it just puts you on the list. So you know where you stand, who's behind you, and who's after you. You'll get real-time updates about that as well. And then that's the billing. So now, coming back to our grandma, now that she has discovered Helio, she's able to book the appointment and she is able to know which doctor is the best for her based on recommendations and contact syncing recommendations. Once she books the appointment, she also gets live update that, oh, your appointment is delayed. So now she can plan around it. She can go and pick up Ara and she can plan her day better around. So beyond this, Arohi will take forward.
Um, I think Ajay has just got a reminder here.
Oh, yeah. So I was going to ask you to leave early right now because my appointment time is there now. But luckily, I just got a reminder which says my appointment is delayed by 30 minutes. So, guys, I'll be here to finish my presentation. Thank God.
So, can you go back? So, we realize that, we have to deal with unpredictability and we need to create a model which is more predictable for our patients. And these were our, so keeping this in mind, we set some user goals, like, we set a task on like how to book, like ask them to book an appointment under 3 minutes. Is the user exploring buttons? Is he completing booking with assistance, without assistance? Is he understanding the function of QR? And do they have awareness about Aadhaar code, Aadhaar number? And then do they understand the new feature about live updates? So this was the user testing interface that we have had. And then, so these are the first four screens and these are the last four screens. And this is our patient, this is a user demographic. So we tried to maintain it, but we mostly have targeted working adults with a age range of 38 to 60. And the socioeconomic background is the upper middle class SES people, mostly literate people. Can you go ahead? So our qualitative analysis consisted of first task, can you book a doctor's appointment? Most of them did manage to book the doctor's appointment successfully, and some needed assistance. Our qualitative questions were, can you add our Aadhaar ID, which, directed more towards questions from the user, like what is Aadhaar ID? Oh, I did have a Aadhaar number, but I have not added Aadhaar ID, or I have added a Aadhaar ID. And then we asked them to explain our landing page. Next. So, on the basis of task performance, we divided into four parts: completion time, errors per use, which was 85% plus success rate. The average time to complete was 1 minute 38 seconds, and average error was 1.75. So, and the average satisfaction score of the app that we created was 3.4. Can you go ahead? So, the satisfaction scores. So these are the satisfaction scores, and what we did was we calculated error versus satisfaction score to understand the kind of users we are dealing with. And finally, efficacy ratings were based on the all four ratings that we did have: task completion time, task success, number of errors, satisfaction scores. So what we understood from task ratings was the overall efficiency was medium to high when they were using, and the user was going through our user interface. So these were the few statements from user. When do we book? Why are we paying when we are confirming the appointment? There is no option there is no option I can see as confirm appointment. I know about Aadhaar number, but I haven't added what is Aadhaar number. Some users fail to understand that QR needs to be scanned at the clinic because it's fairly new system. And so this is how we solved our problems with new interfaces. This was the old interface where they were not understanding, how the time was delayed. This was not very clear. So instead of delayed, we said revise that particular time. So the statement is more clear and the user is not confused. Then here we added a tab for more information so that we can check about the doctor, the location, dates, slots, and instead of continue to billing, we added book appointment. So they understand that booking the appointment was. And then these are some more areas that we targeted apart from booking, which was digitalization, central digitalization. So here, instead of proceed to payment and just link Aadhaar number, we also added know about Aadhaar. Can we link it to the Aadhaar numbers, Aadhaar number site, how to make Aadhaar number, basically. And then instead of just appointment book, and since the users were not understanding the function of scanning at the clinic, we enlarged the text and it show at the clinic reception to receive a token. So the instructions are pretty clear and they can also see their details. Can we want to take you through the prototype now? Sachin?
I know.
Yeah.
Whatever. So very quickly.
As we have already seen this before. This our layout basically shows you whether you're on time or not, and if there is a delay, you get an SMS as well as you see it on your dashboard. When you go to your booking appointments, you can see the all the doctors that you can find in your area, and then you can book an appointment next. You can fix a slot, and you can see how near it is to your house. There is more information about the doctor where you can see their credentials. We can pick up a slot and book an appointment. As it is already explained by Arohi before, I'll speed up this process a little bit more. Again, if you want to book for somebody else, as we have had a lot of users that want to book for their moms or grandparents, you can also do that as well. There is a link to Abha ID. If you do not have it, you can make it and you can centralize it. Then there is an option to pay at the clinic after you have done your appointment. You can go and pay it at the clinic. Then you get your QR code, which is scanned at the clinic, and you get your token. Go to the dashboard. There is a record section at the bottom where all the records that you have kept from the time you have visited the doctor is all saved in the app. So our application have this feature whether you want to centralize it or not. And if you don't want to, it just stores in the application as a cloud system. So this is the prototype that we have created overall.
Thank you. Okay, so stop the sorry. Okay, so I'm going to stop the